Hello. As we discussed about mean mode in our previous class. Now we are going to discuss about median. Median is the central value of the variable that divide the data into two equal parts. In the middlemost, the median lies in the data. When we arrange the data either in ascending order or in descending order of magnitude. Here, for an ungrouped data, I am going to discuss about median. In an ungrouped data, if the number of observations are n, that it is the value of n is odd, then the median of the data is n plus 1 by 2. If the number of observations are even, then the median of this data is average of middlemost observations. That is, here I am going to explain with one example. See that here I have data with 9 observations. 9 is an odd number. And I have arranged all the data in ascending order so that the median of this data is n plus 1 by 2. That is 9 plus 1 by 2. It is 5. Meaning the fifth observation. When I arranged this data in ascending order, that is 5, 7, 10, 15, 18, 19, 21, 25, 20, 33. In this, the first observation is 5, second observation is a 7, third observation is a 10, fourth observation is 15, and the fifth observation is 18. So that the median of this data is 18. Now coming to, if I have added one more observation here, this data becomes that n of this data is even, that is 10. If the number of observations are 10, then the median of this data is average of fifth and sixth observation. Here in this data, the fifth observation is 18 and the sixth observation is 19. So that average of these two is 18.5. So median of this data is 18.5. This is for now. We are going to discuss about grouped data. Up to now we discussed for ungrouped data. Now for a grouped data, here the median is given that L plus n by 2 minus Cf by f into h, where L lower limit of median class, n number of observations, Cf cumulative frequency of class of preceding class of median class, f frequency of median class, h class size. That is assuming that class interval or length of class. Here I have taken a group of data. Median of some student marks of some students here given that it is 0 to 10 scored by 10 students, 10 to 20 scored by 20 students, 20 to 30 scored by 30 students, 30 to 40 50 students. Here I have arranged this data, given data, in a tabular form. By taking its class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Here it is, we have the data with exclusive classes only, no need to change any rearrangement of class interval. I have the number of students, those who have scored 0 to 10, 10 students, 10 to 20, 20 students, like that. Now here we have to add one more column, that it is a cumulative frequency. Here the cumulative frequencies are, the first uh, observation 0 to 10 is 10 students. 10 to 20 it is 20 students. Here in this corresponding to that column, I have taken one more column, that it is 30. Why I have taken that 30 means, those whoever scored from 0 to 20, meaning in that 0 to 20, 0 to 10 included, and 10 to 20 also included, meaning from 0 to 20 there are 30 students. 0 to by adding the next consecutive classes, likewise 10 plus 20, 30. 10 plus 20 plus 30, 60. 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 50, 110. Likewise, by adding, we call this as cumulative frequency, meaning here, for example, I am telling you 110 is there. In the cumulative frequency column, 110 is there. That 110 denotes the students who scored from 0 to 40 marks. All the students like the number of total number of students who scored 0 to 40 is 110. 0 to 30 is 60. Likewise, we have to add the next consecutive observations, so that we get the third column as cumulative frequency. Now, the n here, total number of students, n is equal to 180, so that 180 by 2, it is 90th term. In this here, cumulative frequency which includes that 90th observation is 110, so that the corresponding lower limit corresponding class interval is 30 to 40. In our formula, we have CF, that here it is a PCF, that is preceding class frequency, preceding cumulative frequency, and F, wherever that 110 lies, median of the class, its corresponding lower limit L is equal to 30, and F we have taken that as 50. By substituting all these values in formula, we get that median of this class is 30 plus 90 minus 60 by 50 into 10. Where here the I is a class length of each class, that is a class interval. We will discuss about this later. Here one more example I have taken, that here a grouped data, that it is 0 to 10, 5 students, 10 to 20, 3, 20 to 30, 4, likewise. Here we observe, as I already discussed about this in the before example also, the students who have scored less than 20 include the number of students who have scored marks from 0 to 10, as well as the number of students who have scored from 10 to 20, so that the total number of students with marks less than 20 is 5 plus 3, which is equal to 8. So we say that the cumulative frequency of the class 10 to 20 is 8. Similarly, we can compute the cumulative frequencies of the other classes, that is the number of students with marks less than 30, less than 40, and less and so on, less than 100. So here I have taken that table as less than 10, 5 students, less than 20, 5 plus 3, 8 students, less than 30, 8 plus 4, 12 students. Likewise, in the middle, less than 70, it is 22 plus 7, 29, less than 100, 53 students. So the total number of students n becomes 53. Here in this distribution, we call this as cumulative frequency distribution of less than type. Here 10, 20, 30 and so on 100 are the upper limits of respective class intervals. We can similarly make the table for the number of students who scored more than or equal to 0, more than or equal to 10, more than or equal to 20 and so on. Here in the next table, we have taken that also. We observe that 53 students have scored more than or equal to 0. Since there are 5 students scoring in the interval 0 to 10, this means that there are 53 minus 5, 48 students getting more than or equal to 10 marks. Continuing in the same manner, we get the number of students scoring 20 or above as 48 minus 3, 45, 30 or above as 45 minus 4, 41 and so on. Here in the next table, likewise we have to calculate its cumulative frequency. In this table, cumulative frequency distribution of more than type. Here 0, 10, 20 and so on 90 give the lower limits of the respective classes intervals. Now to find the median of group data, we can make use of any of these cumulative frequency distributions. Here I have taken this cumulative frequency distribution 0 to 10, 5, that it cumulative frequency also 5, 10 to 23. Here the cumulative frequency 5 plus 3, 8, 20 to 30, 4. The cumulative frequency of this class 5 plus 8 plus 12. 30 to 40, it is 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, that it is 15. Likewise, we have to calculate. In this group data, we may not be able to find the middle observation by looking at the cumulative frequencies, as the middle observation will be some value in a class interval. So it is necessary to find the value inside a class that divides the whole distribution into two halves. To find this, we find the cumulative frequencies of all classes and n by 2. This is called median of the class. In this distribution, n is 53. So n by 2 is 53 by 2, it is 26.5. The value 26.5 is nearest to the class 60 to 70. Now 60 to 70 is the class whose cumulative frequency 29 is greater than or its nearest, so that its value is 26.5. Therefore, the median class is 60 to 70. After finding all these, we can replace in this formula, as already I discussed all the terms in this formula, that L is a lower limit of median class, that here L becomes 60 and N is 53, as we know total number of students 53 by 2, it is 26.5 and lower limit is 60. Class frequency CF, its preceding value, that it is 22, F7, that it's a corresponding frequency is 7, and length of class interval h is equal to 10. By substituting all these values, here its median is 66.4, so that above half the students have scored marks less than 66.4, and the other half have scored marks more than 66.4. And coming to the next concept, it is a cumulative frequency curve. As we have know this concept also, we have discussed in our ninth class also. We call this cumulative frequency curves as Oziv curves. This is a curve drawn by plotting the value of the first class on a graph. The next plot is the sum of the first and second values. The third plot is the sum of the first, second, and the third values, and so on. Here I have taken one more example, that it is in a medical checkup of 35 students of a class. Their weights were recorded as less than 38 0 students, less than 43 students, less than 42 5 students, less than 44 9 students. Here we are going to draw a less than type of OZ curve for the given data. Hence, they asked to verify with the graph. So by taking upper limits on x-axis and their respective cumulative frequencies on y-axis, we can draw this curve, and the weights less than 38 0, 38 to 40, 3 minus 0, it is 3, 40 to 42, 5 minus 3, 2, 42 to 44, 9 minus 5 equal to 4. Likewise, by calculating at last, we can get the total number of students. The cumulative frequency is just n by 2, that it is 30. Total number of students is 35 by 2, it is 17.5, is 28. The 28 belongs, see the first column of the table, that in the third column 28 lies in the to that corresponding class, it lies in the class 46 to 48. So lower limit of the median of this class is 46. Now, as already I told you how to plot the points on the curve by by plotting all the points. Likewise, we can get a OZ curve like this. Here n is 35. Mark the by plotting all these, when we have drawn here n is 35, so n by 2 is 17.5. Mark the point A whose ordinate is 17.5 and its x coordinate is 46.5. Therefore, median of this data is 46.5. Here that marking is will be like this. So from this we can observe that the difference between the two consecutive upper class limits is 2. The class marks with their respective frequencies are obtained like this, so that from formula by substituting all these values, F 14, CF 14 and H2, by substituting all these we can get 46.5. so that we can conclude that from the graph and from the formula we get the median as 46.5. So we can verify through this graph OZ curves. Here is a relation between how suitable for a data mean and median, how what in what way it is useful to us. Here we are concluding that the mean is the most frequently used measure of central tendency because it takes into account of all the observations and lies between the extremes, that is the largest and the smallest observations of the entire data. It also enables us to compare two or more distributions. For example, by comparing the average, that is mean results of two students of of students of different schools of a particular examination, we can conclude which school has a better performance. For this type of comparison, we can use a mean. However, extreme values in the data affect the mean. For example, here one more example. The mean of the classes having frequencies more or less the same is a good representative of the data. But if one class has a frequency, say it is a 2, and the 5 others have frequencies 20, 25, 20, 21, 18, then the mean will certainly not reflect the way that data behaves. So in such cases, the mean is not a good representative of the data. In some problems where the individual observations are not important and we wish to find out a typical observation, the median is more appropriate. Example, finding the typical productivity or rate of workers, average wage in a country, etc. These are the situations where extreme values may be there. So rather than the mean, we take the median as a better measure of central tendency. So the relation between mean, mode, and median is here I have given. There is an empirical relationship between the three measure of central tendency, that it is a 3 median is equal to mode plus 2 mean.